cleaning. Schedule your service now at nixcoplumbing.com.
Discover The Hive, East Coast Kitchen and Coffee Bar, where friends and family gather for delicious food and great coffee. Come try our bourbon-spiked French toast. Visit for breakfast or lunch at 480 Erlanger Road in Erlanger, Kentucky, or check us out at thehiveerlanger.com.
I'm starting the new year by making my home feel like new with insanely clean carpets from Zero Res. Take advantage of the New Year sale now. 3 rooms of carpet clean, only $119 when you mention me, Bill Cunningham, and get a hallway clean free. Schedule online, zerocincy.com.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
A local father now charged with murder. With the 2:30 report, I'm Sean Gallagher. Breaking now. In Sycamore Township, a man is accused of killing his daughter.
Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies were called out to a home on 6th Avenue around 1 o'clock this morning after a woman had come home and found her sister clinging to life with a gunshot wound. 24-year-old Heather Thompson later died at the hospital. 64-year-old Franklin Thompson is now being held on a murder charge. The circumstances surrounding the shooting are not yet known. I'm Rick Uccino, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, expect more at UC Health, more clinical trials, more treatment options. For personalized care, more chances to get you back to being you. Visit UCHealth.com. Coleraine Avenue at Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway. Accident here with traffic being directed around this. Police and emergency crews, tow trucks too on the scene here. So plan on delays. 6th at Broadway, we picked up an accident as well. So plan on slowdowns. Now 75 traffic remains in pretty good shape. We have no reported delays or complications, and 71 is moving well. 74 complication free, and then 275. No major delays or accidents. Remember, though, the work on the Carroll Cropper Bridge will be in place until further notice, so we will have, again, single-lane closures and lane restrictions in place. I'm Rick Schramp, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now the latest forecast from the Train Heating and Cooling Weather Center on News Radio 700 WLW.
A beautiful afternoon on the way across the tri-state for your Monday. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures right around average at 38 degrees with winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15. There will be a bit of a chill into the atmosphere with a wind chill into the low 30s, but overall very pleasant. Overnight tonight, a few more clouds rolling through. We drop down to 27. Breezy with a southwest wind of 15 to 20. And as we push on into Tuesday, tomorrow's high temperature 42 with a southwest wind of 10 to 15, gusting to 20. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning meteorologist Brandon Spinner, News Radio 700 WLW.
Sunny and currently 37 degrees. International Holocaust Remembrance being observed today as it marks 80 years since prisoners were liberated from the Nazi concentration camp in Poland, Auschwitz. An exhibit on the concentration camp will come to Cincinnati later this year.
The CEO of the Cincinnati Museum Center announcing this October's exhibition here at Union Terminal, billed as the most comprehensive exhibit ever in North America dedicated to the history of the Nazi concentration camp, Auschwitz.
Offering our community, our state, our greater Midwest region the opportunity to feel this transformative experience.
Elizabeth Pierce says in a time of rising hate, anti-Semitism, and extremism, the Auschwitz exhibit this fall is as much a call to action as it is a powerful memorial. From Union Terminal, I'm Matt Reese. News Radio 700 WLW.
The Bengals today introducing Al Golden as the new defensive coordinator during a press conference. Golden has spent the last 3 seasons in the same role at Notre Dame, whose season just ended a week ago in the national championship game.
I was telling Zach this morning, we went to work on July 16th, and we just finished on January 21st, so he keeps telling me to take a break, but I'm so energized by this opportunity.
He returns to Cincinnati after serving as the Bengals linebacker coach from 2020 to 2021. College basketball, Kentucky down 3 spots to number 12 in the latest Associated Press poll. Xavier's win Saturday, knocking UConn down 6 spots to number 25. Auburn still number 1 in the country. Checking Wall Street, the Dow is currently up 268 points, NASDAQ down 625, and the S&P down 95 points. Our next update is at 3 o'clock. I'm Sean Gallagher, News Radio 700 WLW.
700 WLW Cincinnati. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. 700 WLW, an iHeartRadio station.
You know, Joseph Chevrolet and Coleraine is wrapping up one of their best Januaries ever because the deals are hotter than the hinges of hell at Joseph Chevrolet. How about you taking $12,000 off your next Silverado? at Joseph Chevrolet, or lease a brand new Equinox, only $279 a month, no money down. It's the new year. It's January. It's a great time to buy or lease the Chevy of your choice from Joseph Chevrolet, with the best selection, the best sales staff, the lowest interest rates, and the lowest prices. See my buddy, friends, and family members who work at Joseph Chevrolet. Everyone has someone connected in the tri-state to Joseph Chevrolet in Coleraine and josephchevrolet.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
All right, Brennan, I want you to guess here. In their last 11 games in the playoffs, how many times did the Chiefs have more penalties than their opponents?
2.
0. 0 times the Chiefs had more penalties than their opponents. The total penalties across those games, it is 36 for the Chiefs compared to their opponents' 66.
Double. Almost double. And, 90% of those games
are in Arrowhead.
There's 2 of them that are not in Arrowhead, right? And it's
So let's look at some specific penalties, right? How many total roughing the passers were called on the Chiefs in 11 games?
4.
1.
Oh my God.
1 roughing the passer penalty in 11 games called against the Chiefs, compared to their opponents' 7. Now that was a little bit less than I thought, but a 7-to-1 ratio is pretty crazy. Let's look at another one. How many total defensive pass interference or holding grouped together were called on the Chiefs in those 11 games?
6.
3.
Oh my God.
Compared to the opponents, 11. 11.
What are we doing here? There's data on this. It's allowed. I don't understand.
Broken down by EPA, the Chiefs have 18.84 expected points added as a result of these penalties.
I hate
now,
it.
how many? 8 of those 11 games were decided by 1 score or less. So you do the math on that. This is my one question that I have out of this. Is there a safe and secure exit for officials at Arrowhead Stadium?
Quiet. numbskulls. I'm broadcasting. Golf you bonehead.
Hard to argue with facts, Rock, and after yesterday's game, it got worse. And you mean to sit there and tell me this isn't pro wrestling?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me...
Saturday night's main event?
Yeah, what is this? Come on. And Tay-Tay's dating now Joe Burrow. You know it. Why don't you report on that?
Is that who told you that?
I can't
Who
say.
told you that?
Sarah Elise told me.
Sarah Elise told you.
Yes. Because he's going to break up the magic of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Then I'm all for it. If that
Bring
helps
up the bring her
break
here.
the curse or the
Bring her
spell,
here.
whatever you say, bring her here, bring him here.
Can you deal with the facts that the officials, NFL, don't want the opponents to win? They don't want the Buffalo Bills to win?
The ball spot on the...
Terrible.
Was terrible. Because the one guy on the far way, if you look, I saw a couple different angles. Like the referee on the, let's call it the sideline closest to your, the bottom of the screen, right? There was a guy in the way, like a Chiefs receiver or a Bills receiver walked. He couldn't see it. The guy on the far side saw it because he saw the ball.
And he said first down. He didn't say first down. His foot was past the line.
But somehow the call went to the guy who said it wasn't a first down. And then once it goes to review, it's got to be indisputable video evidence. And there wasn't indisputable video evidence.
Why did they take the one and not the other?
That's the $1 million question. You
Taylor
know why,
Swift.
don't you?
Taylor Swift.
Andy Reid's brother-in-law was the review
Did
guy.
you hear this one? I had a report. Andy Reid's brother-in-law was the review guy, and Taylor Swift.
In the booth.
In the booth.
Why did the Bills do the tush-push 6 times the same way? Like, they have like a fantastic offense, a great quarterback.
Go around the side a little bit.
Clearly, they had figured that out. They stopped about it. Nance and all them had talked about the Chiefs in the meeting and said, "Hey, we know he always goes to his left, so we're going to be ready to go for it."
Left.
So after the first 2 times they stop it, why do you keep doing that? Hand the ball off to Cook. I don't know. Do something. That was infuriating to me.
Maybe Andy Reid was calling the Bills' offensive plays at some point in his microphone. He kind of hacked into the whole deal. You know what I'm saying? Tell me the truth, Rock. Is the game fixed?
It is not fixed.
You're a stooge.
You're a stooge.
Wait, hold on a minute. How about our boy here? Birthday on Friday. Birthday on Friday. Had the big dinner down the street.
Yep.
Carlo and Johnny.
Yep.
And then gets on X. His former owner wishes him happy birthday.
Jim Irsay.
How about that?
Yeah, gave me a nice little post.
How about that?
Really?
Yeah,
and I
really
tell you
cool.
what, number 50 over here wouldn't want to be anywhere on that field with him because he was looking tough and rough.
Mean, cruel, and unhappy.
Jim Irsay's a little quirky.
I need facts.
A little out there.
A little bit out there.
But he's a great owner.
He's got some drug problems, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
Allegedly.
we all
Collection, doesn't he?
suffer from some demons.
Doesn't he have like a rock and roll collection?
He has one of the
unbelievable?
best rock and roll memorabilia collections on planet Earth.
Yeah.
And he has the guitar that Kurt Cobain wrote, Smells Like Teen Spirit on, George Harrison stuff, John Lennon stuff, Rolling Stones, crazy memorabilia.
While my guitar gently weeps is the greatest. Weeps is the greatest. Weeps is the best Bengals song. Best Beatles song.
Best Bengals song.
I'm thinking of
You're
Taylor.
all flustered
I'm
right
thinking
now.
Taylor Swift.
You're thinking of Taylor Swift.
You're thinking of
and Sarah
Tay-Tay.
Elise.
There it is right there. Sarah Elise reports Taylor Swift is dating Joe Burrow and the influencer has left Madison Township. Is that possible?
Now, that is going to ruin her reputation as an influencer if that is not true, which it is not. So I know she didn't say that. You said that.
Sarah Elise said that.
Sag?
Willie, the Stooge Report is a proud service of your local Tempstar heating and air conditioning dealers. Tempstar, quality you can feel in Cincinnati. Call Sheldon Braun at Braun Heating at 513-385-7765.
And you know why George wrote that song?
No.
He was angry and unhappy with the fact that his guitar wanted to cry out, and Paul and John would not let him have more than one song on a Beatles album. He said,
So he wanted to shine a little bit.
Wanted
They
to
wouldn't
shine.
let him shine.
While my guitar gently weeps. That was his response to the way he was treated by the other Beatles.
Go on YouTube right now and YouTube While My Guitar Gently Weeps Prince. And it's at the Rock
I've
and
seen
Roll
it many
Hall.
times.
It's unbelievable.
He falls in the crowd. I've seen that.
He absolutely just slays it on the guitar.
It's wonderful.
It's amazing.
In fact, Danny, the son of George, watched it and just was in awe of Prince in his prime, playing the guitar like Paul, playing drums or the piano. He was the best musician. Ringo Starr was the second best drummer on the Beatles. Paul McCartney was better.
No, that's not true.
That's true. Joe Dieters told me that. Joe Dieters.
I am in the small but very significant drumming world, and Ringo Starr is looked upon as one of the best and most influential drummers there is.
That's not what Joe
Wasn't
Dieters.
super
Joe
fancy
Dieters
and all
says
that,
no.
but he was so melodic and so
Joe
technical.
Dieters. Joe Dieters said it was.
What does Joe Dieters know about drumming?
Uh-oh. You're doubting Justice Joe?
Crap.
I
That's
trust
total
Joe
crap.
on many, many things
Here we go.
with my life and my children, but he does not know anything about drumming.
That's total crap.
Thank you.
Joe calls
You
in.
know what? Joe's going to stop by with another
He'll
indictment.
come by at some point and indict your ass.
Rocky Edward Boyman v. the state of Ohio.
Taylor Swift is going to take up the Bengal banner
You know, you're a jackass.
for the next season, and away we go. Holy moly, Joe's
God. Thanks, Joe. God, I'm
Just read about
God,
George
messing around
Harrison.
here.
Read about him. Paul was the best drummer, the best guitarist, the best
What
lyricist.
about Pete Best? He was the other Beatles drummer who.
He's still getting a check, by the way.
Well,
He gets about $80,000 a year. He played on like 3 songs.
don't you? I mean, how many days of his life? How many minutes of a day? Still, does he go? God, why couldn't I just?
Well, Ringo sat down in one session, and John and Paul said, "Well, that guy's better than what
That's
we
the
got.
guy.
We got to get Ringo." But then
He got Wally pipped.
yeah, it happens. That's why I don't give up this microphone. You never know.
You never know.
never know.
You never know.
You never know. While my guitar gently weeps, Segman, because George was crying out, "Give me a shot,
Let me
guys!"
show my talent.
And his
Share
guitar
it
was
with the
crying
world.
right there, and he wouldn't. And they wrote a song about it. Now that's the best Beatles song. Do you agree?
Well, Jim Irsay has the guitar.
What?
We just said that.
Yeah, I thought you said Kurt Cobain.
Well, he has that one too. He has all kinds of them.
Did you know that, Seg?
Yeah, you ignorant?
Go ahead.
Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits, Wine and Tobacco in Party Town with 13 convenient locations in Northern Kentucky. Al Golden spoke to the media today about many things.
And what did Trump say this is going to be, Rocky? The golden era. He's
Looking
talking
pretty
about
good
the
right now.
Bengals.
We're
Taylor
one weekend.
Swift.
He's done more
Here
than
we
the
go.
other guy did in 4
think
years.
about that.
It's unbelievable.
Oh.
Andy Mack.
I mean, the whole story about him with the Colombian president, and no, we ain't taking. You go shove it up your. You know what? Okay, boom,
By the way,
25% tariff in
let him
24
in.
hours.
Let
you
him
know
in.
what? We'll send a plane.
We'll get
Is
my
that not the
plane,
best ever?
save you the money.
Now Selena Gomez is on
She's crying Instagram.
on Instagram about it.
I can't take it anymore. All my criminals.
Just dig it in because you just
Criminals.
got to deal with it for about another 12 years minimum.
We need it 8 to 12 years to get the country
Yeah, so
straight.
it's just going to be a short 12 years for all those folks crying about this stuff. So just hang in there.
Selena
Be okay.
Gomez, that's
It'll
beautiful.
go by quickly.
She's an absolute breaking down of sobbing about all of her fans leaving the country.
I'm not going to date her anymore now.
I dated Taylor Swift. That's a different story.
Anything else you want to mention? You've mentioned Tay-Tay more than anybody today.
Sarah Lee set me up for this thing. If this happens, the fortunes of the Bengals change significantly.
She's buying the stadium.
The Bills and the Bengals have been to 7 Super Bowls. What's the record?
0.
If you would date Taylor Swift,
It's
and bring her
hard
here.
to knock the champ off the top of the mountain. You have
I
to.
knew it was gonna. Did you know it was gonna happen? Something.
What's the excitement level for the Super Bowl, though? This is a rematch of 2
years
ago. Are people fired up about this?
No.
I saw online right now tickets are going for, like, nosebleed tickets are for $6,200.
What?
Which is actually down.
What?
From
Wow.
from
6,000?
last year, they were about $1,200 more.
I don't think people want to watch the Chiefs get beat, don't we? That's why
I
I'm
hope
picking the
Saquon
Chiefs.
Barkley runs for like 300 yards.
Every time I pick a team, they lose.
Jalen Hurts is a good story too. That guy is just perseverance. I mean, there's nothing
That's
I
great.
love more
Yeah.
than those kind of stories.
Yeah, it's good.
Great player.
Like, if-
Got replaced by Tua Tagovailoa. Remember, was that 4 or 5
Came back.
years
He was
ago?
gone. Hurts with.
Goes to
wasn't gonna make
Oklahoma,
it.
still great.
Yeah.
You know, stayed unbelievable.
And he can. Well, if they win, but can you beat Tay-Tay, Fox Sports, and beat the whole aura in New Orleans with Tay-Tay there crying? And can you see Travis Kelce on one knee after the game as the confetti's coming down? Will you marry me?
Will you marry me?
Will you marry me? And then Joe Burrow snatches the ring.
Was like last year there was like supposed
Interception.
that contract that was uncovered that was with their 2 marketing firms, that it was the whole thing was a setup and it was a fake, it was a sham.
I got a text here from Justice Joe.
God.
Here we go.
Number 1, he
Indictment-
says,
indictment
"Tell
number-
Rocky to kiss my ass." I don't know what he meant, but he also said John Lennon said that Ringo's not the best drummer, but he begins by saying, "Tell my fellow Sin X grad to kiss my ass." Would you care to comment on that?
Segment, please continue.
I got nothing else.
Yeah,
Ain't that the
After
truth?
that.
Come on, Sag.
Ain't that the
Help me out.
Ain't that the
Sorry,
truth?
Rock. Sorry, Rock.
Ain't
We all
that
been
the
thrown
truth?
under the bus.
These are the
now you get
cold
it from
days.
Justice Joe. He'll have a piece of paper for you
Just
tomorrow.
saying, here it is. He sent it to
Indictment
me.
number, what was
Joe
it?
Dieter's right up there. See, he sends it. He's listening.
He'll be here
All
tomorrow.
I'm saying is in the drumming communities, okay,
John Lennon knows less
Ringo
about this
Starr
than you.
is very,
John
very
Lennon knows
highly
less about
regarded.
this than you. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying? Are you
now,
doubting
maybe
John
he's
saying
better.
that?
Maybe he's better.
December
maybe
8th,
John
19...
Lennon's
Psychiatric
better.
help.
All I'm saying, all I'm saying is he is very highly regarded amongst world-renowned drummers
Dave, hit that again.
for his subtlety.
You need psychiatric help. That's what the truth of the matter.
You need psychiatric help, Rock. Just saying. Just saying.
In other words, he just say, "I'm not a serious person."
Sega's not. I love him dearly, but he's not.
I would never say that.
Thank you, Joe.
There you go.
What's he doing right now? What's Joe doing?
Probably got his
Can we
nose
get
in
him
a
back
book.
here in Hamilton County for a little bit?
Well, we don't have problems yet, but I sense
Can you
problems.
imagine
are
him
coming.
now behind the force of the Trumpster? What can be done in our city to clean
We
things
need
up?
a new U.S. attorney. I heard it might be Orlando Sanza. Going to kick ass like Mr. Ass. You know who Mr. Ass was, don't you? Mr.
Yes.
Ass.
Yeah.
Serious guy. He's a serious person. But we'll see what happens. It's up to the Trumpster to appoint a new U.S. attorney that's got power over everything in Southern Ohio.
Maybe it's you.
I've turned it down.
Unbelievable.
I don't want a pay cut. Just saying.
Boom.
Probably true.
So, what's on the big show today, Rock?
Yeah, Rock.
We have Mike Petralia right out of the gate talking about the Bengals news. Jerry Montgomery hired as a D-line coach. Mike Hodges hired as the LB coach. Al Golden officially on board. He spoke today about talking with every member of the Fighting Irish defense.
Everyone.
Personally, talked to him.
They're good with it, making a lot of money. The other thing is this Zach Taylor's last year.
No.
If he fails miserably again with his second coaching staff, what do you say then? Will Zach Shula be a maitre d' at Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse?
The Bengals need to acquire and develop better players.
How about Jim Knowles leaving?
Where's he going?
Penn State. $3.1 million a season.
3 years, $10
Chip
million.
Kelly may be headed out
Chip
too.
Kelly's gone. Ohio State.
So Ohio State wins it all, and then
They lose
crumbling.
everybody.
They're getting ready to lose Jeremiah Smith too.
They lose
Getting
13
offered?
of the 22 starters. 13 of the 22, including, it looks like, the OC and the DC. Now, what do you say, Notre Dame?
God, defensive coordinators making over $3 million a year now.
Tops in college football.
3.13 year
They
can
said.
make up to $10 million.
What does he know that we all don't know? He must know that they don't have much in the cupboard at Ohio State.
Well,
Is that what he's saying
yes.
by moving?
Ryan Day is saying, I'm losing my players
It doesn't
and my
matter. He
coaches.
already won the rings, the money, and the women.
He's
and everything.
saying,
Doesn't matter.
you just hold up his hand and say, take a look.
That's it. Well, once you win one, it's all good.
It's hard. So how does Tom Brady win 7? Huh?
It's unfathomable.
They're talking about Patrick Mahomes
Winning
being like
4, right?
Michael Jordan. If he wins, he'll win. This will be 4 for him. He's a little over halfway home. Think about that. But Tom Brady never dated Taylor Swift because he had Giselle, the woman with that walk. In
Well,
the
maybe
Brazilian
Tommy
Olympics.
could take Tay-Tay away.
That's Joe
at
Burrow.
the Super Bowl.
That's Joe Burrow. Wouldn't that be something?
No, I'm talking
got some
about
action now.
TB taking Tay-Tay away.
How about this?
Both are single.
Or does she walk up and go, Tom, Joe?
Burrow.
You ever have buddies that say, my wife will never leave me and blah, blah, blah? Let me tell you something. If Giselle, will leave Tom Brady, who's the most famous quarterback of all time, the best player, Hollywood good looks, with hundreds of millions of dollars, if she'll cheat on him, your wife will cheat on you.
I can't believe that, Rock. I can't believe
Just telling you.
What about
sad fact reality?
What about Joe Burrow's influencer? What about her status these days?
Get her back over the house.
Get her back to the house.
Yeah.
Better come home, honey. All right, Rock, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Segman, a lot of rumors out there, little facts. I deal with facts and not rumors.
By the way,
like this show.
Your guy with the facts on the fentanyl deal, he put the cheese on the cracker. That was really good.
Marbit. With kids, I'd be scared to death today.
Chinese are killing us with fentanyl and TikTok.
Yeah, our minds and our bodies. And at this point, what chance do we have without the Trumpster? And Trump, I trust.
Full speed ahead.
Segment. Get me out
Well,
of the
in
station.
honor of a beautiful Monday here in the Tri-State, we leave
my
you with the
my
immortal
guitar
words
gently
of the
weeps.
Stu.
I can't play.
So I think we got to have tough conditions.
This is Hillary.
Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes. And you have to try to learn English. And you have to wait in line.
What? Hillary!
That was in 2008.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the pendulum swing. So that was 2008. Then it swung all the way left.
Come on in.
To some place we never even could imagine. Now it's swung all the way back that way in a few short years.
Keep hope alive. Taylor
hope
Swift
alive.
and Joe Burrow.
And Joe Dieters.
On News Radio
Knows nothing
700
about music.
WLW.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions.
first responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
Bands are us when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel plus low to no monthly payments. Call 513-676-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 513-676-BATH.
Bands are us when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
I'm starting the new year by making my home feel like new with insanely clean carpets from Zero Res. Take advantage of the New Year sale now. 3 rooms of carpet clean, only $119 when you mention me, Bill Cunningham, and get a hallway clean free. Schedule online, zerocincy.com.
Chase Rumpke here for Driveway Dumpsters. If you've got junk, yard waste, or debris, let us help you get it out of the way. Always the perfect size, residential or commercial, at an unbeatable price. Call Driveway Dumpsters at 513-600-2637. That's 513-600-2637.
At Genesis Diamonds, it's not just a new year. It's a new opportunity to bring you more choices, more value, more ways to celebrate your love. So we've expanded our selection of exquisite hand-picked diamonds from a half carat to 15 carats, all shapes, all sizes, all at our famous no middleman prices. We've also got lab-grown diamonds of the highest quality at prices way below what you'd see at other jewelers. We've also brought in even more exclusive designer jewelry, new cutting-edge fashion-forward rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, pendants, things you can't find anywhere else. And of course, Genesis is proud to offer a truly spectacular collection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. We have all the most popular models in stock. Is this the year you reward yourself with a premier name in timepieces? Come to Genesis in 2025 and let our non-commission experts help you celebrate those important milestones. We guarantee the best value, the highest quality, and the strongest warranties and guarantees in the jewelry industry. Genesis Diamonds and luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces on Montgomery Road.
You know what makes a home loan easy? Having an experienced lender at your side. At First State Bank, we believe in taking the time to understand your needs and preparing you for each step. First State Bank, built on belief. Visit fsbforme.com. Equal housing lender.
Congratulations to my friends at Gilkey Windows. Cincy Magazine's readers have voted the Gilkey Window Company as the winner of the 2024 Best of the North Award for both doors and windows. This is a well-deserved honor, and I could not be happier for them. Congrats, Gilkey Windows.
Single game tickets for Cincinnati women's basketball are on sale now. Don't miss the Bearcats, led by head coach Katrina Merriweather, in Fifth Third Arena for year 2 in the Big 12 Conference. Join the sisterhood. Get your tickets today at gobearcats.com/tickets or call 1-877-CATS-TICKS.
Rocky here. It's a new year and time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. If you're lacking energy, muscle mass, or have a low libido, it could be low testosterone. And and nobody matches the experts at Low T Center. We all have different T levels, so don't settle for standard dosage. Look for a personalized treatment plan like the one you'll get at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. So go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Mercedes-Benz of Fort Mitchell presents Mardi Gras, benefiting homeless children, happening 2 weeks earlier this year. It's Tuesday, February 18th at the Northern Kentucky Convention Center. Scott Sloan here once again. Proud to be King of Mardi Gras as we all team up together to provide over 150,000 meals for homeless children shelters right here in the Tri-State. Tickets include all your food, all your drinks, live music, a parade. DV8's going to be out there. Got a silent auction. It's a blast and it sells out fast. Get your tickets while they last. Mercedes-Benz of Fort Mitchell or MardiGras2025.org.
Live from the 700 WLW studios. Driven by Mike Castrucci Ford in Milford and Alexandria. Check out the Tri-State's largest inventory of brand new Ford Broncos, Super Duty, and Ford Mustang at MikeCastrucciFord.com. That's Mike Castrucci Ford.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
You're listening to 700 WLW. Also available on 94.5 FM W233BG Cincinnati.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
Stunning results from a new study on heart disease. This is the 3 o'clock report. I'm Matt Reese. Breaking now, one of us in the United States dies from heart disease about every half a minute. Annual update out from the American Heart Association. New report finds diabetes, obesity, hypertension, all on the increase, and they are leading risk factors for the nation's leading cause of death.
The American Heart Association's report says risk factors for heart disease like diabetes and obesity continue to rise. And that's bad news, says ABC Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Tara Narula.
Cardiovascular disease kills more Americans than all forms of cancer and accidents combined.
The cardiologist says that lifestyle changes like diet and exercise can make a difference.
80% of cardiovascular disease is preventable.
Report says if this trend continues, U.S. health costs will rise 300% by 2050. Brian Clark, ABC News.
And to the roads we go. Let's get the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, expect more UC Health, more clinical trials, more treatment options. For personalized care, more chances to get you back to being you, visit uchealth.com. 75 southbound filling in as you make your way from Desert Charles to the Brent Spence Bridge, where stop and go through the area. 71 volumes are picking up a bit too, but no major problems right now. No accidents or delays reported on 74. 275 right now in pretty good shape, but remember we have that work on 275 on the Carroll Cropper Bridge. Single lane closures here, so we'll have the delays at the Kentucky-Indiana state line at least through the summer for the repair work. I'm Rick Schremp, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now, the latest forecast from the No Fear Dentist Weather Center. Advanced Dentistry. The thought of the dentist making you a nervous wreck? We're here for you. NoFearDentist.com.
Let's go through the rest of your afternoon. We'll see plenty of sunshine. Temperatures hanging out into the upper 30s, which is just about average for this time of the year. Winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15 will lead to wind chills into the low 30s this afternoon. Overnight tonight, colder and breezy, down to 27, partly cloudy with a wind chill into the teens. From there, warming up nicely, 42 with mostly sunny skies on Tuesday, partly cloudy, 45 on Wednesday. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning meteorologist Brandon Spinner, News Radio 700 WLW.
Our temperature 38 degrees in Cincinnati. A man in Sycamore Township is accused this afternoon of shooting to death his 24-year-old daughter. Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says it happened overnight at a home on 6th Avenue. The victim is Heather Thompson. Her 64-year-old father, Franklin Thompson, charged with murder. 39-year-old Lynchburg man seriously injured after the Ohio State Highway Patrol says his van rear-ended a garbage truck on State Route 123 near US 68 in Brown County earlier today. He is James Ostendorf. The driver of the garbage truck was outside at the time, was not injured. On this, the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Auschwitz concentration camp, details announced today at Union Terminal on an upcoming exhibition dedicated to the history of that Nazi death camp. Elizabeth Pierce is CEO of the Cincinnati Museum Center.
This exhibition features over 500 original artifacts and 400 photographs, providing a deeply personal and immersive understanding of the Holocaust and its human impact.
Organizers say this is going to be the most comprehensive exhibit ever in this part of the world, dedicated to the history of Auschwitz. Exhibit is going to be coming to Cincinnati in October.
700 WLW. Sports.
Here's a Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco in Party Town with 13 convenient locations in Northern Kentucky. Bengals' new defensive coordinator Al Golden met with the local media today. He's back in the Queen City.
I got in the car at 5 a.m. on Thursday, and when I made that right off I-74 and saw the stadium, and I knew I was home.
College basketball, get the latest on Xavier tonight on the Sean Miller Show at 7 on 55 KRC. Auburn's a unanimous number 1 this week in the new AP poll. Purdue is 10th. Kentucky falls 3 spots to 12th. Louisville jumps up 4 spots to 21st. Bill Dennison, 700 WLW Sports.
Checking Wall Street, an hour from the close, the Dow is up 197 points. S&P 500 down 113. NASDAQ way down this afternoon by 781 points. It's 3:05. Our next news coming up at 3:30. Matt Reese, News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Miami Valley Gaming.
Live harness racing is back at Miami Valley Gaming Sunday through Thursday at 4. See you at the track at MVG.
Must be 21. Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline 1-800-589-9966 or visit org.ohio.gov. Ready to take a break? Visit timeoutohio.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Proactive Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Proactive Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Proactive Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 513-866-4886. 513-866-4886. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 513-866-4886.
Dan Horde for Exercise and Leisure. If your schedule keeps you from getting to the gym like me, save time with a home gym from Exercise and Leisure. From cardio to free weights and more, they'll create the perfect home gym for you. Since 1936, visit exerciseandleisure.com.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 or even a couple of $100,000 right now? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. It's Eddie. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cash so you can pay off all your credit cards or start your home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options, and there's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, and often no appraisal. Listen up. The average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, and if you act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com, 513-800-1550. It's your money. Get on it. Get the money you need for anything. 513-800-1550, LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, it's Alec Baldwin. This season on my podcast, Here's the Thing, I speak with musician, photographer, and philanthropist Julian Lennon.
Photography really does allow me to do that. I have empathy for people on the other side of the world that you'll never ever meet, but you'll at least have some understanding of what their life is and what they went through or are still going through.
Listen to Here's the Thing on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Here's the Thing and start listening.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now.
All right, back with Eddie and Rocky. And I'm glad to calm my partner down. I was listening to you guys talk about the Beatles.
Yes.
And I am the resident Beatles expert. And for one thing, when Willie called the song While My Guitar Gently Reaps, I started to.
If you were driving, you would have driven the car.
Luckily, I was already parked.
Right.
I was like, okay.
Okay, that's kind of a major.
This is going to go a little sideways.
And you backed up. I was right about Ringo Starr.
Ringo's one of the most influential drummers of all time.
Bingo.
Yeah.
What does he know?
Willie?
Yeah.
Nothing. you were a drummer in one of the great rock and roll Cincinnati bands of all time.
A great drummer in one of the premier
respect
rock bands in the tri-state.
Oh yeah,
me and Ringo's it's practically the same, right? So I understand his.
You guys see each other at the clubs all the, Ring, what's up?
Ring, yeah. I call him Ring.
Yeah, and you're like, what does he call you, mate?
Mate, yeah.
Hey, mate. But anyways,
lots of football over the weekend. We had the conference championship games, and plus some Bengals news out there. So we want to go and check in with our good friend of the show. He is the purveyor of CLNS Media. He writes there and also hosts the Jungle Roar podcast on YouTube, a great Bengals YouTube channel podcast. The one, the only Mike Petraglia. Mike, how are you?
Gentlemen, I want you all to know that my very favorite Beatles song of all time is Fool on the Hill. It's a great song.
That's a great one. I think that Magical Mystery Tour is, that whole thing is very, very underrated.
Great band.
See, it always puts me in a great mood, and I've listened to it once or twice in my car on the way down to a Bengal game.
So, Trags, let's talk about what happened today. Where Al Golden is in town and talked.
Yep. So I think Al Golden is a very comfortable and predictable choice for the Bengals. I also think he's a logical choice for the Bengals because there were many players on this defense from before he left, or when he was with the Bengals the first go around in 21 and 22, when this team was within a heartbeat of going to back-to-back Super Bowls. He left for Notre Dame, and he had a great opportunity there. But there's many of the same players, specifically the linebackers in Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson and Akeem Davis-Gaither, players that he coached as the linebackers coach with Cincinnati. And I asked him this afternoon, what do you have to go back to become that defense you were back in 21 and 22? And he said, first of all, it starts in the trenches, which I think a lot of Bengal fans realize. They were not able to get great pressure on the quarterback the last couple of years, but more specifically, they were not good stopping the run. I think they got a little bit better as the season progressed, but Al Golden knows that a good defense starts in the trenches, and I think that's going to be part of his focus, coming up with the schemes and tackling formations to try and get this team to tackle better in space and not let it be gashed for explosive plays as many times as it was this year.
And one thing I heard him talk about also, Mike, was just that he spoke about, or at least the thing that stuck out to me was, hey, we need the players on the field coaching themselves and communicating. Yeah. Is that something that was were you hearing, was that something that was lacking maybe in this past year's defense, and he wants to get back to that?
Well, I look at it this way, and I interpreted that comment this way. It was Lou Anarumo, the outgoing defensive coordinator, who had to simplify things by Mike Hilton's own admission late in the season because they weren't able to do that on the field. And I think Al Golden comes in saying, I'm not going to simplify things for you guys in that regard. You guys are going to have to go with the call. If you see things that need to be changed here and there, little details about the way the defensive call is going to be carried out, then you guys are going to take ownership of this defense, and you're going to have to do it on the field. And, I thought his comments about empowering the players to make the right on-field adjustments was spot on, Rocky. I think that's exactly what he wants this defense and the players to do a better job of doing from the last couple of years.
Mike, did he mention anything specific about what he learned or any takeaways from coaching the Notre Dame defense the last couple of years?
He said it was more multiple, I think, than a lot of people anticipate. They went with a lot of man-to-man defense. Certainly late in the season, they were very successful doing that. And he was asked this morning whether or not he's going to carry on that man-to-man approach, that heavy man-to-man approach with the Bengals. And he said, no, I really have to take a deep dive into the personnel that we have now, and of course how that's going to change with the draft and free agency, and then go from there. Yes, he is a 4-3, 4 defensive players on the front type of defensive coach, but he's going to definitely be multiple with the Bengals. And, I think it'll be interesting to see how he applies, aggressiveness along not only the defensive line, but with his linebackers as well.
Well, that's good to hear because, it's great to play man-to-man, except if you don't have the players to play man-to-man, then you can't do it, and you got to play zone. So, you got to do what your roster allows you to do. It sounds like he's fully open to that. Mike Petralli is our guest. And also, Mike, Jerry Montgomery was hired as D-line coach, Mike Hodges as the linebacker coach. I know Montgomery was with Green Bay for, I think, 9 years in New England last year. Mike Hughes has been with New Orleans. Anything stand out about those particular guys?
Well, what stood out to me was that Zach Taylor said back in 2018 when he was still with the Rams and they played against Green Bay, he was somebody that he had on his radar as, if I'm ever going to run a program, I want Jerry Montgomery on my side because of the way the Green Bay Packers ran their defensive line. And he impressed him way back then, and that name always stuck in the mind of Zach Taylor, and Taylor acknowledged that today. The thing that Al Golden said was, when you're a defensive coach in the same position for 9 seasons in the NFL, that speaks to how highly regarded you are in that position. And he didn't become stale. There was some thought that, well, if you're a coach in that position, are you going to grow stale in that position? And Al Golden said, he's anything but that. And I think, whenever you hire a staff like this, Rocky, and you're very aware of this, having played in the league, familiarity does matter, because you want, as a head coach, to trust the assistants under your purview to be able to get the job done and teach these players the technique the way you want it taught, so that when you call on them in specific situations, they'll be able to execute. And that's why I think the whole familiarity with promoting Dan Pitcher as the OC and bringing back Al Golden as the defensive coordinator, that's why I think that matters.
All right, here with Eddie and Rocky, we're talking to Mike Petralli, and switching gears here, Mike. So, Tregs, let's. I heard Rock you say a little while ago. Is anybody here going to care about this Super Bowl? I mean, a lot of rooting against the Chiefs. I get it, but this sounds like a real. I don't know. This is on repeat, man. I was really hoping, and right, Trags. I mean, I was hoping for a Bills. Who didn't want to see Lions and the Bills? Two really down on their luck franchises as far as this stuff goes. That would have been cool. But these guys, come on, man, rinse and repeat.
Look, Eddie. I'm a big fan of history in the NFL, and what we're able to watch right now is potential history in the making, with the Kansas City Chiefs going for a three-peat, something that's never been done. Consider this. No team that had ever won back-to-back Super Bowls had even gotten back to a third Super Bowl. That I find remarkable in and of itself, until the Chiefs accomplished that yesterday. I had the privilege, and it was a great privilege, to cover Tom Brady for his whole run in New England. And when I see this Kansas City Chiefs team, I do see a lot of similarities to it. Ironically, in New England, it was defense-driven early on in the Tom Brady era. And then it progressed to something where Tom Brady was running the show and the offense was carrying the Patriots. Here with the Chiefs, I think it's a little bit different. I think with the Chiefs, it's Patrick Mahomes was the star, no question, coming right out of the chute for their first couple of Super Bowls. But the way the Chiefs can win, making big defensive plays late in games, that's how they win. And for the most part of this season, I think everybody knows, it's followed the NFL this year, Kansas City's offense was not what it was in years past, and they had to rely on their defense. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to in this Super Bowl. How do the Eagles attack the Chiefs? And with regard to the Eagles, I'm putting if I'm Steve Spagnuolo, I'm putting every resource, 8, 9 guys in the box, whatever, stop Saquon Barkley and do not allow him to get explosive plays, and then make Jalen Hurts beat you out of the pocket.
Yep, no question. And Mike, I'm glad you brought up about the history that we're getting ready to potentially see with the Chiefs, and in comparison to your days covering the Patriots. And here's my question. This isn't my perception, but I feel like it's the perception of a lot of NFL fans. I feel like those New England Patriot dominant teams, they were more beloved by a lot of the country. Not by me, because we were playing against them and stuff, but we used to even talk about, like, God, the whole country just loves the Patriots. But I don't feel like the country loves the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes the way they did the Patriots and Tom Brady. Am I wrong there, or why is it?
Well, I would say, Rocky, up until Spygate, I would say you're right. But I think Spygate in 2007, when that happened, that changed the perspective. But the first 3 Super Bowls that the Patriots won, they were America's darlings. There is no question about that. Tom Brady was coming into his own as the golden boy, and they were just a bunch of hard-playing, tough, driven players on defense, and it was a fun team to watch. I think after that point, a lot of people thought that the Patriots would use any means necessary, i.e. cheat, to get back to the Super Bowl and win. And Rocky, I don't have to remind you of all the stories out there, both that have been reported on and that have remained under the under wraps and seals, as it were. So, I do think that this Chiefs team is overplayed in the media simply because of social media, and I think it's more intense these days. And I do think though that with a chance, I want to see them on the final stage with a chance to go for history. And like in 2007, when the Patriots were trying to make history with an undefeated season, there's no guarantee that the Chiefs are going to pull this off. And I think if there's one team that's going to beat them, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, because I don't know about you guys. I don't know about everyone there in the audience and listening on the big one right now. I think the Eagles were the very best team that the Bengals played all season long, and they played both of these teams.
The Eagles are stacked. I think they got a good chance of winning that game. Well, Mike, listen, we got to run, but really appreciate all that you do, right, for CLNS Media, a great podcast, the Jungle Roar podcast on YouTube. Mike, if folks want to find out more about what you do, where can they go? What can they do?
On the X, at Trags, TRAGS, online. It is CLNS Cincy with a Y.com, and the YouTube page is youtube.com/@Jungle Roar Pod.
Great stuff, Mike.
Thanks, Trags.
All right, guys. Take care.
See you, buddy. You're talking about beloved teams, and I started thinking about it. There was one team I can think of that everybody could kind of universally love, the 85 Bears.
Agreed.
I mean,
I think even New England Patriots fans who they beat the 85 Bears.
And destroyed them.
Right. Yeah, 49-10 or something.
It was something weird like that. But yeah, everybody loved who didn't, Fridge has got the ball again. This and that and the other. And they were
Walter
characters,
Payton,
man.
And Coach. I think that the easy answer is, I think the whole Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce has worn people out. I think Travis Kelce has worn people out. His little, I don't think people love his. I know he played at Cincinnati, but I think people are tired of his act. I think then you got Mahomes' wife, who's not the most likable woman in the world.
Man, you got her.
You got the brother, who's a weirdo Instagram guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just got a lot. Like what's your point? The 85 Bears, like you love the guys, right? Perry and and that defense, and the 46 defense. Yeah, Jim McMahon and all those guys, and they're just not as likable for some reason.
Let's get back to fun again.
Yeah,
I say.
Let's get the Bengals in the damn Super Bowl. It'd be fun.
How about your boy Joey B being over at the Australian Open? just jetting over for kicks and
Funny
giggles.
you say that. My wife asked me this morning. She goes, I just saw that Burrow's over in Australia at the tennis match. Why would he do that? And I go, because he's rich.
Because he can.
He can. And he has an Instagram model girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he's rich.
And
That's why.
And he bought a Batmobile.
Right.
All you need to know.
What else you need to know?
With that, we check in with traffic and weather. What is going on?
And he has a lot of time now, too. From the UC Health Traffic Center, expect more at UC Health. More clinical trials, more treatment options for personalized care, more chances to get you back to being you. Visit uchealth.com. 75 southbound between Western Avenue and the Brent Spence Bridge, about a 5-minute delay now with volumes picking up. 75 northbound, 275 to Kyles Lane, about a 15-minute slowdown here. Now, we're looking good on 71 overall, and 74 is accident-free. And 275, no reported delays, but we are going to see heavier volumes because of the work on the Carroll Cropper Bridge. Now, the work here is both westbound and southbound, and it's going to continue through the summer as they make those structural repairs. I'm Rick Schrepp, News Radio 700 WLW.
The forecast from a 700 WLW Weather Center. For tonight, clear skies. We're looking at a low of 28. For tomorrow, sunshine and a high of 44. It is 29 now. News Radio 700 WLW.
In this town, it's sports all year long.
Here's the throw. Save!
We've got the Reds, the Bengals.
The Cincinnati Bengals are headed to Super Bowl 56.
The Bearcats, the Norse, the Musketeers.
Xavier's in the Sweet 16 and on their way to Kansas City.
And some of the greatest high school teams and athletes in the country. Join me, Lance McAllister, as we cover them all on Sports Talk. Tonight at 6 on 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Miami Valley Gaming.
Live harness racing is back at Miami Valley Gaming Sunday through Thursday at 4. See you at the track at MVG.
Must be 21. Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline. 1-800-589-9966 or visit org.ohio.gov. Ready to take a break? Visit timeoutohio.com.
Are you still thinking about hitting the ground running for the new year, but that joint pain's holding you back? You know, you got your resolutions, you're going to work out and whatnot, but the pain is stopping you. QC Kinetics can get you there. Hey, listen, QC can help with no surgery and no downtime. What they do is use the natural properties of your body to attack the root cause of the problems. Regenerative treatment that can give you lasting relief. You can get rid of that shoulder, hip, and back pain. And best of all, you have nothing to lose. The first consultation is absolutely free. Get back to your life in 2025. It's time. Call QC Kinetics now. It can be life-changing. 513-847-0019. Call for your free consultation. 513-847-0019. 513-847-0019. QC Kinetics.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. Call 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
Metro is your way to go all over Hamilton County. Whether you're cheering on our hometown teams, grabbing a 5-way at your favorite chili spot, or heading up the hill for a night on the town, Metro makes it easy, affordable, and comfortable with 24/7 service on 7 key routes. More weekend options, increased frequency, and new buses loaded with free Wi-Fi and charging ports. Metro has elevated your transit experience. So why wait? Skip the traffic and parking and make Metro your way to go. Plan your trip today at go-metro.com.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life, so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards.